Okay, now let's look at document 6. Document 6 is a Vichy government poster, and it's from the Public Information Office of the National Revolution in 1942. So hopefully you thought right away this is an example of propaganda, and so therefore we cannot trust this, and that's an easy point of view opportunity. Now, as you can see on the left, we've got a France that is crumbling and based on all these bad things: laziness, lies, international ideas, these foreign ideas, not our nation, our national ideas. And you can see the bricks that are crumbling: democracy, bribes, capitalism, Judaism. So anti-Semitism was a part of this government, which reflects the influence of fascist German fascism. And then on the right, you can see that everything is orderly, everything is rebuilt, and things are quite pleasant. Not only are labor and family and fatherland all working together, but you even see a nice woman upstairs opening the house or opening the window, which suggests the role of women, as we saw in other fascist regimes. The role of women was to maintain the house and raise good families. So you see that this is clearly showing the new ideal, the way that the state will be changed. So you can say that this shows, once again, a very positive outlook about the government, right? This shows that, the government in this case, the author of this, or the creator of this poster, has a very positive view of what's happening in this new government. But your point of view is this is an example of propaganda. It might be exaggerating how bad things were to make this new government look good. This government might, or this example of propaganda, might be exaggerating how great things will be in order to gain public support for the regime. So let's flip now to document 7. Document 7, here we have another French resistance leader, and he's broadcasting from London, so once again outside of outside of France. And you can see that he is saying, well, why we need to not listen to this government, right? This government is telling us to obey, but it's telling us to obey the Germans. There are foreign police stationed everywhere in our country, right? We are being asked to, in his words, serve the will of a powerful enemy. In other words, the Germans. And of course, we've talked about how the French and Germans have had this long-standing rivalry in European history. And so he ends by saying we have the duty to disobey the French government, the Vichy government. And we need to serve the leaders who truly serve the French people. So the French people should give their loyalty to those leaders who truly serve them. And who is that? Well, the French resistance, the group that he's a part of. So he, once again, is trying to gain popular support for his cause, which is resistance to the Germans and the Vichy government, which is collaborating with them. So as you can see, he is, perhaps you could say in point of view, he is exaggerating how bad the German occupation is. He's exaggerating how, how the Vichy government is asking them to serve the will of a powerful enemy. He's using this strong language to suggest how bad that government is. And once again, he wants to gain more support for his government in exile, the French resistance. Document 8 is a different side. And so in this document, you see that this is a French fascist. And in this article, he's basically saying that, well, let's look at Pétain. And he humanizes Pétain. He's saying that Pétain is suffering from the military occupation of the Germans. And he's saying that Pétain is playing this crucial role of protecting Vichy France from communism. Okay, and so by the end, he's saying that, if the Germans departed, we don't know if the communists would take over, and so he says that he's trying to make this occupation sound as good as possible, saying that this is a defense against communism. He's using the fear of communism to gain public support for the government. So this is published, and it's written by a French fascist. So this tells us that this is something that was accepted by the censors. And you can see that he clearly has a point of view. Anything that's being published under a fascist regime is likely to have been censored or to have been scrutinized. So this is the party line. The government is here to help us and protect us, and we need to support it. So his point of view is pretty obvious. He's trying to gain public support for the government. He's got a very positive opinion of the government, and he sees the government as protecting them. You could also say, in your point of view, he's using the fear of communism as a way to get public support for the government. So that's definitely another point of view you can say. So once again, we've seen many points of view that are like, oh, he's trying to gain public support. He's trying to gain public support. You don't want to just keep repeating that. You want to say, oh, well, he's using the fear of communism, or he's trying to, make Pétain sound like a valiant leader to gain public support, right? So you want to add a little more to just, oh, this is propaganda, he wants support. You want to explain, well, what about it makes it propaganda? Oh, his grandiose defense of Pétain, calling him valiant and noble, that is showing that he is trying to defend the government and seeking public support. Okay, so let's go on to the next one, document 9 on the next clip.